Are there any names you legally cannot call your children? Well, Maverick, yes there are. And despite media reports you may have seen, there's no official blacklist or list of banned names in Australia. What we do have are a bunch of state laws which define what a prohibited name is, and they're all very similar. Firstly, a name can't be obscene or offensive, so you can't call your baby stain. Or stain, butt licker, pussy destroyer, Mr. Bumhole, snotlord fartsworth, dip poo-poo, or oh. You also can't choose a name that's impractical because it's too long. Sorry, Tina, Lena, Crystal, Brookley, Peggy, Maggie, Sue, Maya, Lily, Daisy, Leaf, Ruby, Judy, Lou. It also can't include symbols or be impractical for some other reason. We'll get to that in a minute. Also not allowed, names that are official titles or ranks. So no baby lords, doctors, presidents, brigadiers, or anything of that sort. Now, the keen viewer may be wondering, what about Prince? Well, these rules don't apply in America. That's why TV host Nick Cannon could give all 12, yes, 12 of his children highly questionable names, including Powerful Queen, Rise Messiah, and Beautiful Zeppelin. And it's why Kim and Kanye could call their kids Saint, while here in Australia, Home and Away actor Tessa James had to settle for Saint with a Y. And finally, the law doesn't allow names that are contrary to the public interest for some other reason. I presume that's why you don't see any kids called Drive Drunk. Now, if you're wondering who gets to decide whether a name breaks any of these rules, it's the folks at your state or territory births, deaths and marriages registry. Obviously, some names are pretty clear-cut. F***cle's never going to clear the bar. But if a name falls into one of those, for some other reason, grey areas, a bunch of public servants decide whether it's acceptable. And if they decide it's not, and the parents don't come up with an alternative, the state registrar may assign a name for the baby. Now, we asked the New South Wales Births, Deaths and Marriages Registry how they choose a name in those circumstances, and they wouldn't tell us. But they did say that out of 98,000 birth registrations, less than 5 names are rejected on average each year. Interesting. Well, we're in the perfect position to test their judgment out, because I'm about to have my own little bundle of joy, and I'm going to call it Meth Rules Drysdale. Wish me luck. Baby Meth's birth was a joyous occasion. A healthy boy brought safely into this world to loving parents who had a question to answer. Child's name, methamphetamine, rules, Drysdale. And submit. Okay, well, that was pretty straightforward, and presumably that name won't go through, so now we wait. Chaz,
yeah?
It got through. Methamphetamine rules Drysdale is official. Here's his birth certificate.
Oh, my God, I can't believe it.
I know.
Your middle name is Kathleen.
Oh, shut up.
OK, so this is definitely not what we were expecting to happen, was it?
No, my husband is not happy.
You're a dickhead.
So how does this happen? Is there an actual person who actually approves of these kinds of names, or is it just all automated?
Well, I asked them that, and they said...
Registry staff review all information, including names.
All right, so someone saw this name and thought, yeah, fine.
I guess so. And when we informed them that this name had been approved, they said...
Unfortunately, in this instance, the name has slipped through.
Apparently so. But they also said they have...
An official working list of prohibited names.
Which mostly includes...
Official titles, ranks and combinations thereof.
All right, so if you called him Sir Meth, it would have been more likely to have been rejected.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
OK, show us Baby Meth. Come on, time for his close-up. Come on. Oh, look at you.
Beautiful boy.
I don't know, Kirsten. I reckon he looks more like a ketamine, actually.
Oh, no.
So what do we do now?
I don't know.
You change his bloody name.
Yeah, we probably should.
Dickhead.
You want to call him Dickhead? What's wrong with you?
Where is Summer Bay supposed to be, asks Vince. It's a deceptively difficult question because we know that Home and Away has been filmed at Sydney's Palm Beach for more than 30 years. But it doesn't mean it's set in Palm Beach. or anywhere in Australia for that matter. Yes, the show is filled with Aussie accents.
They're running around like headless chooks.
Get in here, you pair of flaming galahs! I'll flame and kill you!
But accents don't mean anything on TV. HBO drama series Chernobyl was stacked with Brits from top to bottom. And I'm pretty sure that was set in Chernobyl.
Of course it was.
So whereabouts are we thinking? A cursory glance of the show's own wiki reveals that the town of Summer Bay was founded in 1852 by Alf's own great-grandfather, Captain Angus Stewart. Classic episode, that one. Irene was still in it. Anyway, cross-reference that date with all the townships founded in 1852 and you get a lot of townships. We need to come at it from another direction. What would Alf do? Catch up on all 8,000 episodes and search for clues. Wow, they're home and away. The first thing I uncovered was a frankly astonishing series of unlikely natural disasters. We can use these to narrow down Summer Bay's location. It would have to be in a place that's prone to floods, bushfires, landslides and cyclones. So we need a warm coastal area that is also mountainous. All of these places are warm, coastal and mountainous, but none were founded anywhere near 1852. Thanks a lot, Captain Stewart. However, in 1996, there was a devastating earthquake in Summer Bay, suggesting that the area is prone to those too. And insurance premiums aside, this one might actually help us. Is there an area on Earth where most of the world's earthquakes occur?
That Pacific Ring of Fire that you may have heard of, that's kind of the edge of the Pacific plate, and where that hits all of the continental plates around it, then you get a lot of earthquakes happening in those locations.
What kind of damage would those earthquakes do along the Pacific Ring of Fire?
They can cause immense damage.
So what was the death toll of the 1996 earthquake? Well, Sally got a concussion and that was about it. Have you ever heard of a single earthquake targeting one person specifically?
An earthquake doesn't have any intention to be able to target an individual person.
Well, good enough for me. It's unlikely that Summer Bay is set along the rim of the Pacific Ocean, but that does eliminate quite a bit of the coastline. Not bad. Then we can investigate Summer Bay's dizzying procession of terrible accidents. The sheer volume of car crashes, caravan park gas explosions, and improvised explosive devices inside shoeboxes all suggest that Summer Bay is set in a country with remarkably low health and safety standards and a high mortality rate. The country with the highest mortality rate is Bulgaria, with 15.6 deaths per 1,000 people. And that sounds about right for Summer Bay. But more specifically, 13 Summer Bay deaths have been from shootings, which works out to be about 12.3 gun deaths per 100,000 people per year. Way too many gun deaths for Bulgaria, or Australia for that matter. And in any case, the 2010 Indonesian people smuggling plotline becomes laughably impractical if Summer Bay was in Bulgaria. It's the wrong way to people smuggle. It's just too far. Now let's consider the gays. Summer Bay's had 20 LGBT residents, yet same-sex kisses were cut from Australian broadcasts that in New Zealand went to air uncensored. This doesn't really narrow down where Summer Bay is located, but does suggest that some Australian TV executives are complete softcocks. One of the most distinctive features of Summer Bay is the impressive technology they have access to, allowing Ruth Stewart to morph from Justine Clark to Georgie Parker. Baffling stuff. But perhaps it's not regular technology. Perhaps there's a science fiction element to Summer Bay's location. Recall Bobby's head appearing in the fridge in 1995. If Summer Bay does exist in a trans-dimensional wormhole of some kind, it must surely relate to Alf's family. They're the ones that started Summer Bay. Hang on. How about when Alf's son Duncan had a fall in the bush? He came back months later, significantly aged. Could Summer Bay be that beach that makes you old from the M. Night Shyamalan film? Old, because that location is in the Dominican Republic. That is silly. Unless... Is the Dominican Republic on the Ring of Fire?
No, it's not. It's not on the Pacific Ring of Fire.
Is it warm, coastal and mountainous?
Yeah, so far as I know, yeah.
You wouldn't happen to know what year the Dominican Republic was founded?
Actually, it was founded in 1844.
Oh my God. And is its gun death rate anywhere near 12.3 per 100,000 people? 13.47, the clues are everywhere. One of the Dominican Republic's most beloved landmarks are their salt mines, and Summer Bay's only tourism hotspot is their restaurant named Salt. The Dominican Republic is notorious for its discrimination against Haitians. Home and Away has no Haitians on it whatsoever. And what about this cauliflower, these apples, and this box of Arabica coffee? All major products grown in the Dominican Republic. They're not even trying to hide it. As an Earth scientist, I'm sure you get asked this question a lot. If there was some kind of alternative universe out there, possibly accessible through some kind of fridge door, could, in this alternative universe, the Dominican Republic offer some kind of face morph service? Like a shop where you would go in and morph your face from one Australian actress to another Australian actress?
We could say that anything could theoretically be possible, yeah.
So it's possible?
Sure.
I'll take it. Summer Bay is in a science fiction Dominican Republic. It's so obvious when you say it out loud. I hope that answers your question, Vince, as well as the question you should have asked, how a boat accident victim managed to materialise out of some white goods.
WTFAQ.